All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're going to unpack one of the absolute core drivers of aging. It's a process that's happening deep, deep inside our bodies, but it explains so much of what we actually see and feel as we get older. We are talking about stem cell exhaustion. It's a question we all bump into eventually, right? Why does a paper cut seem to stick around forever? Or why do those muscle aches after a workout last for days instead of hours? This slowdown, this decline in our body's amazing ability to repair itself, well, that's the central mystery we're going to explore.
I mean, if you had to pick one key characteristic of getting older, this would be it. Our tissues just don't bounce back like they used to. And this isn't just a feeling, it's a real, measurable biological process. It's like our body's internal maintenance program starts running in slow motion.
And this slowdown, it's not happening in just one spot, it's everywhere. Think of your body's repair system as this elite, master repair crew. As they age, that crew just gets sluggish all over the place. Our immune system starts making fewer of the smart, adaptive cells we need to fight new infections. That's immunosenescence. We can see it in our blood, leading to things like anemia. And we see this exact same decline in the stem cells that look after our muscles, our bones, and, yep, even our brains. It's a system-wide issue.
So let's formally introduce the stars of our show today, the stem cells. They are that master repair crew. They're these incredible, unspecialized cells that can basically become whatever the body needs to patch things up. And the fundamental problem, the reason for that big slowdown, is that after decades of hard work, this crew, well, it just gets completely exhausted. So here's the key thing to get. Stem cell exhaustion isn't like a switch flips one day. It's this gradual decline in their power to regenerate. It's the end result of a whole lifetime of wear and tear, all sorts of accumulated damage that just grinds down their ability to keep our tissues in good working order.
Okay, so we know what's happening. The repair crew is getting tired. But the multi-billion-dollar question for scientists has always been, why? What is actually going on that causes this? Let's take a look at the damage that comes from within. A huge part of the story is happening inside the cells themselves. Over a lifetime, little bits of DNA damage just build up. It's unavoidable. At the same time, the telomeres, you can think of them as the little plastic tips on your shoelaces, but for your chromosomes, they get a tiny bit shorter every single time a cell divides. And if that wasn't enough, the body also starts putting the brakes on, producing these proteins that literally tell the stem cells, hey, slow down your division. It's like each individual crew member is getting older and their tools are getting rusty. But here's where the plot thickens. You might be thinking, okay, easy fix, just get the cells to divide more, right? Step on the gas. Well, it turns out it's not that simple. Having your cells divide too much, too fast, that can be just as bad, if not worse. It is an incredibly delicate balancing act. And this is the core dilemma. On one side, if they don't divide enough, or tissues don't get repaired and things start to break down. But on the other side, if they divide too much, they can burn through the entire stem cell reserve way too quickly, leading to premature exhaustion. We've actually seen this in studies with fruit flies. When you force their intestinal stem cells to over-proliferate, the flies actually age faster. It's wild. Okay, so this brings us to a huge, huge plot twist in the field of aging research. It's a question that really changed the game. For the longest time, everyone was focused on the internal stuff, the DNA damage, the telomeres, but then they started asking, what if the problem isn't just the cell? What if it's the neighborhood the cell is living in? Let's go right back to our analogy. Is the master repair crew getting tired just because they themselves are old? Or is their workshop, the entire body, the bloodstream, all the signals flying around, is that workshop falling into disrepair and giving them bad instructions, making it impossible to do their job right?
And the answer, from these incredible experiments called parabiosis, was a total game changer. Scientists literally joined the circulatory systems of old and young mice. And what they found was just astounding. The old, worn-out stem cells in the old mice started acting young again, all because they were getting signals from the young mice's blood. It wasn't the crew, it was the workshop.
This discovery was massive. Other studies confirmed it. If you transplant young stem cells into old mice, the old mice live longer. And the craziest part? The benefits showed up even in tissues where the new cells never went, which means the young cells were pumping out these rejuvenating signals into the bloodstream, basically fixing up the whole workshop for everybody.
So you can imagine, this just blew the doors wide open for a whole new frontier of research. Because if we can change the environment, if we can fix the workshop, then maybe we can actually fight back against stem cell exhaustion. The goal has shifted from just watching the decline to figuring out how to actively reverse it. So how are we going to do it? Well, these are 4 of the most promising paths that scientists are sprinting down right now. And this isn't sci-fi. This is real stuff being tested in labs. It ranges from things as straightforward as diet all the way to super specific molecular drugs. And here's a quick peek at how they work. We know dietary restriction can give a boost to stem cells in our gut and muscles. Other approaches work by blocking certain signals that are constantly telling stem cells to divide, which basically helps them chill out and stay fresh until they're really needed. And then you've got drugs like rapamycin or therapies targeting specific proteins that have already shown they can improve stem cell function. And in some cases, even make aged human cells act young again in a petri dish. We're literally learning how to renovate the workshop. So the big takeaway here is this. Stem cell exhaustion is, without a doubt, a primary culprit behind aging. It's one of the main reasons we feel the effects of time. But, and this is the incredibly exciting part, the latest science is showing us that it might not be a one-way street. The idea of rejuvenation is moving from the realm of fantasy into the world of real, achievable science. And that kind of leaves us with this one final, pretty profound thought to chew on. We figured out so much about how our cells get tired. And now we're on the cusp of learning how to wake them back up. So if we can really learn how to reset the age of our own internal repair crew, what does that even mean for the future of health, for medicine, and for the very definition of a lifetime?